Hey, this is Andy Spreitzer, and this is RealFoodForThought.com. Once again, in my kitchen and hopefully in your kitchen. I want to talk today about protein. Everybody's hung up on protein, that we need protein, we need meat to raise kids so that they can grow big and strong. And we can forget it. Protein is so overrated that the reality is that the time that a child needs, or the time a human being needs the most protein is when they're an infant. They're growing at an incredible rate, and they need the most nutrients at that time. And mother's milk, which is absolutely the most perfect food ever created, because it's a protein, it's a carbohydrate, it's in a liquid form. I mean, it's perfect. And I encourage everyone who is thinking of having children and everyone who has just had children that you have to breastfeed your children. So science has shown that there are so many things that, so many good things that happen for your baby, not only physically but mentally and emotionally, that if they do not get breastfed, they're missing out on a really good start in life. So, but going back to the protein, the most protein that mother's milk has is 4 to 5% protein, and that's when they need it the most. And Americans typically eat 40% protein. We don't need it. It's clogging our digestive system. It's making it so hard to pass through. It's a very inefficient source of energy. You know, it's slow burning, which isn't a bad thing, but it's heavy, okay? And most Americans get their protein from animals, right? And that is another huge problem. And let's look at the USDA, the United States Department of Agricultural Food Pyramid, which is supposed to be our guidelines. Now, the problem with that is it makes no distinction between proteins. It makes no distinctions between carbohydrates. At the base of the thing is that we have to eat, 9 servings of carbohydrates. But as far as they're concerned, it could be Pop-Tarts and Dunkin' Donuts. That's a carbohydrate. Big difference. And there's a huge difference between the proteins. All right? So we want to concentrate, and I want to encourage you and support you into believing and changing your diet to make to understand that protein is in green vegetables, and it's a far superior food than animal, than beef, than chicken, than pork. We don't need to be eating this on a daily basis in our homes and thinking that we're robbing our children of good nutrition. It has been proven that eating beans and rice, which is what the Spanish ate as part of their traditional diets, is far superior than eating steaks and chicken. We've gotten really hung up with that, and we need to move away from that as a way to move our diets to a more healthy place. So by eating beans, and dried beans are about as inexpensive as you can go. 1 pound of a bag of beans will feed a family for several days. Okay? So let's stop thinking that we need protein. Even bodybuilders don't need protein in those exorbitant amounts. And the next time we're going to talk about the China study, where this is the science behind protein that shows that we don't need all that protein. So come back.